Welcome to another episode of Expertometer, where the leading experts of the country predict the outcome of the elections in the country. And this time around, it is the Haryana elections. And today's telecast, we will be looking at the numbers, with the campaign in the state of Haryana ending and prominent faces in the electoral fray. The question that lies pertains to the fate of the 90 assembly seats of the state located in the northern part of the country. The state will see 1,031 candidates fight it out in the political battle, out of which there are 930 men and 101 are women. Now, as per officials, there are 20,629 polling stations that have been established in the state, all set to take part in the electoral process tomorrow. Now, will the people of Haryana give the ruling BJP party a consecutive third term, or will the Congress and other parties end up successful in the seat of power in Haryana? Remains to be seen. Let's start our conversation. Sumit Peer, let's hear it from you. I'm going to ask all my panelists one after the other the numbers. Out of the 90 seats, what is your estimation? How many seats is the BJP likely to get? How many seats is Congress likely to get? And the same question for the JJP, the INLD and the others that are in the fray in the election.
Having me on your show. Look, I think BJP did one smart thing. It did not have a pre-poll alliance with JJP. Basically, if they had a pre-poll alliance with JJP, that would have not been good for BJP, because JJP out of the alliance is going to dent into the Congress and the other alliances vote. AAP and Congress, it could not have a formidable alliance. That's again a good news for BJP. So with Mr. Saini coming in, with not doing a formal alliance, but I think there is a kind of a arrangement with JJP somewhere. So I think BJP will be touching somewhere around 40-42 seats. And then with the help of JJP and others, they will be able to cross the 45 mark, which they are aiming at. Because if you look at the selection of candidates this time around, if you look at all the main candidates, a lot of candidates have been changed, a lot of new faces have been gotten. Oh, look, there is anti-incumbency and all. They have tried to take care to the best of the possibility. Look, Jat politics is not going to dominate everything, because Jats at the end of the day are 22 to 23% in Haryana. The normal notion is that Jats are 80% and 70%, or it's 22 to 23%. Punjabis are there, Banyas are there, Jains are there, and other castes are there. So if you look at the Congress side, there are visibly three camps within the Congress. So if you look at these three camps, they are not in sync. What we can see from the distribution of tickets, they are not in sync. Everybody has got his pie of peace here and there and that. But BJP fighting at a one unified camp gives them advantage over that. And if at the right point of time, they can get Dushyant in with JJP, gives them advantage. Currently, keeping Dushyant out of the alliance is only going to dent the Congress's Jat vote, and that is exactly where the winning key lies in Haryana.
Yeah, okay. Also keeping in mind, Dushyant Chautala and the JJP have not really fared well in the Lok Sabha elections. I have with me Madan Mohan Goyal, political analyst and VC StarTex University, Gurugram. Madan, the same question to you. What is your estimation? What is your prediction? Which party will get how many seats?
Thank you, Veeraji. In fact, let me honestly tell you, it depends on voting rate, because the voting rate till today is between 60 to 65%, meaning thereby 35% of the people don't believe in that. And every political party have a fixed voting rate. It is the only indifferent people, if they are going to cast their vote, that will matter. Ultimately, there is a tough competition between both the parties, BJP and Congress. And so far, Sumitji was telling that Jat politics is not playing an important role. My dear Sumitji, let me tell you, this time there is an alliance between Harijans and Jats. And I believe that that is going to play an important role in deciding the voting rate of in-law with BSP.
Okay, so no, but then if you were to be asked to give me the number, what would it be?
It cannot be certain, but it's basically a healthy competition between Congress and BJP.
Okay, Gautam, the same question to you. If you were to predict the election, how many votes and how many seats, more importantly, are being given to which political party?
Well, I think the BJP and independents and secret allies will cross the halfway mark. but there is a lot of anti-incumbency that is hampering them. The regime under Mr. Khattar was not particularly liked. Saini has come in very late and has not had much time to make a mark, but he is very conciliatory, gets on with all sides, and speaks to the people and tries to do what they need and want, which has been pending for a long time. For example, there was a Patwari strike that went on and on and on for months and months, which greatly discomfited the people. Then there was this real estate issue on whether you could build 4 stories on stilts. This was also pending, and there were fighting and court cases and what have you. These were all sorted out very recently, and I think they have shown some kind of dynamism which was missing. As far as the Congress goes, I think there's a lot of factionalism, and because there are 3 different lots, the AAP, Congress, Chautala, others, all in the fray, they are likely to be harmed, even though it is broadly perceived that they will benefit from anti-incumbency, which will give them a good score, but not enough to form the government.
Okay. Okay, all right. So, we move forward to talking about the key constituencies and the star candidates and how they have fared in the last 3 elections versus what their chances are of winning that particular constituency that they are being pitted against their rival party. Again, coming back to you, Sumit, and I'm going to start off with Ladwa constituency in Kurukshetra district. Now, this is the constituency where Nayab Singh Saini is being pitted against the Congress. This constituency was carved out in 2009. Interestingly, there is no political party that has won this constituency twice consecutively since 2009. And taking a look at the figures, in 2009 it was INLD that won the seat, 2014 it was the BJP who ended up winning the seat, 2019 it was the Congress who ended up winning the seat. Now, do you think BJP is taking, is it a gamble that BJP at this point of time is taking to pit Nayab Singh Saini?
If you look at the caste, so I don't want to get into the caste, but caste at the end of the day plays an important role. Look, there was a resentment that Mr. Khattar is a Punjabi and Punjabis are dominating Haryana. Ek thoda resentment tha. Now, when Mr. Saini got into the picture, that caste equation was balanced. When the caste equation got balanced, and if you look at this seat which nobody has won twice, and if you look at the people, if you look at the community, the percentage of community which is going to vote in that seat, I think Saini Saab has an advantage. Saini Saab has a very clean image. There are no sandbags tied to him. And he has upcome as in a shortest possible of time. I would not say his stature is as tall as Mr. Khattar, but given the shortest period of time he had, we have seen no controversy around Mr. Saini. We have seen no discontent around Mr. Saini. We have seen him as a simple karyakarta who is doing his work. If he goes with that image and looking at the caste he comes from and look at the percentage of voters in that constituency, I think he has a very, very sound chance of winning it. That is why, just want to add one sentence. If you look at the high profile seats, that is why even the biggies like Anil Vish ji are asked to contest. And look at Gurugram, they have changed the MLA this time, and there's a reason for it.
Okay, alright, I'm going to quickly go through all the constituencies, so we'll do this fast. Again, Madan Mohan Goyal, talking about Ladwa and Kurukshetra and Nayab Singh Saini, what are the chances? Will he win the election? Of course, if he loses the election, it is a massive, face shame for the BJP.
Yes, let me be honest with you. So far the urbanites are concerned, they are victim of property IDs, including myself. Let me honestly tell you, we faced a lot of problems in getting the property IDs corrected, and we have to bribe. Let me honestly tell you, and that is the issue which is in the mind of indifferent voters, and they are not going to vote for BJP. Let me tell you honestly, and So far caste factor is concerned, Saini Saab may be from that community, but there are many political leaders from his community who were aspiring to be the candidates. There is hard fighting in that. And honestly speaking, that this cadre people are not practically happy with them, and they may not support.
Okay. Okay, all right. Same question to you, Gautam Mukherjee. Does Nayab Singh Saini have a fair chance of winning the election? Has he been able to make the kind of difference BJP desires in being able to bring about change for the people to vote for him?
I think he has definitely been effective in the short time that he's been there. The mistake I feel on the part of the BJP is leaving Khattar in the job for far too long, and especially in his final term. I know he's very in with the Home Minister and enjoys a lot of clout at the center, but having said that, he didn't do very good work. What the Vice Chancellor just said about the difficulty in getting property IDs is just one example of the kind of almost stagnant administration that was being carried out, particularly in Gurugram. I'm not so clear on the other towns, but in Gurugram, there was a lot of inefficiency, a lot of delay, and a lot of people who were simply not functioning.
Okay.
So the resentment of that will definitely cost the BJP, but luckily they put a pleasant man in place who knows how to resolve conflict and is hands-on, and based on that and the fact that Congress has a lot of factions and a lot of I want to be CM and I want to be CM, they may just get yet another term.
Okay. Okay, all right. Coming to you, Sumit, and I'm going to take these three constituencies. Julana, Vinesh Fogart, quite this constituency in Vinesh Fogart particularly has gotten quite the eyeballs. Also, with regards to the restless protests that had taken place last year. Then we have Bhupinder Singh Hooda, who's fighting from Gary Sampla Kiloi. He has won this seat consecutively for the last 3 terms. Then you have in Jind, there is Dushyant Chautala. 2019, just Dushyant Chautala ended up winning. 2014, it was the BJP. 2009, it was the INLD that ended up winning this election. So, if you could predict for me how the election is going to be, in which side will it sway?
I think if you talk of Mr. Bhupinder Singh Hooda, he's going to win it again. Let's have no doubts about that. Julana, Vinesh Fogart, I see as a strong contender because if you look at the constituency, if you look at the support, if you look at the Jat vote, and especially if you look at the women vote, she has an advantage. Well, against Mr. Hooda, I'm not sure. I cannot comment what is going to happen.
Dushyant Chautala.
Yes, Dushyant Chautala.
Yeah.
Dushyant Chautala, it can go here and there. I can't put my weight behind it. But Mr. Bhupinder Singh Hooda is going to win. Vinesh Fogart, I think she's going to make it. Mr. Dushyant Chautala, I'm not very sure, Meghaji.
Okay.
I can't do that.
Okay, all right. You're at this point of time stopping yourself from putting your bet on Dushyant Chautala. Madan Mohan Goyal, again the same question to you. Julana, Vinesh Fogart, Bhupinder Singh Hooda and Dushyant Chautala. 3 big candidates.
I agree with Sumitji that Hooda Saab is going to win, and the sports persons, because they have been a victim of the politics and they have joined hands, and probably she is also going to win. And Dushyant Chautala minted lot of money during COVID era. That is a known reality to everybody. Although he was silent at that time, he is not going to win.
Okay, interesting. Gautam, the same question to you. The 3 big candidates, they have been campaigning. How does it look like? Have the people perceive them to be their leaders?
Well, I think the younger Hooda is much more attractive as a candidate going forward. The father is largely a spent force. He may win his constituency all right, but whether he can gather the flock is a point in question. Chautala, yes, he has a reputation for being highly corrupt and was, in trouble with the BJP in any case, but BJP needed his 10 votes for quite a lot of the tenure till it came to a point where Chautala's own support fell apart. He went down to almost 1 or 2, including himself. And so his chances of winning the election itself are, I agree with Sumit, not so good. Not so good.
Okay.
So, because of the internal contradictions amongst the Jats, I think they could still lose. But this is an election for Congress to lose rather than an election for BJP to win. And yet, I do believe BJP will win.
Okay, all right. Quickly coming to the remaining 2 star constituencies, there's Alinabad and Sirsa, where Abhay Chautala of the INLD that is fighting the election. Last time around, I have to mention in 2019, there was very thin margin of votes by which he ended up winning against BJP. 12,000 votes was the difference between the winning candidate and the losing candidate. Then in Rewari, there is Chiranjeev Rao from the Congress. He is the son of the 6-time MLA Ajay Singh Yadav, who is once again being pitted against the other political parties from Rewari. So again, starting off with you, Sumit.
If you go by Rewari, if you look at first Mr. Ajay Chautala, I'm not very sure. Honestly, this time I have my doubts he's not going to make it. That is my gut feeling. And there's one more constituency I want to touch on. Mohit Grover of Gurugram. I know the person and I can tell you Mohit Grover is going to walk away with Gurugram. There was some resentment against Agarwal Sahab, the correct MLA. There were some problems and issues, though he's a very nice man. But Grover is going to make it. The other constituency, Meghaji, I really can't comment. I don't really... not very sure on how it will pay, but Mr. Chautala and Mohit Grover, I have given you my verdict. Third, I'm not very sure on.
Okay. The same question to you, Madan Mohanji. How do you fare? One is, of course, we're talking about Ajay Chautala, and the second constituency, when we talk about Gurugram, as is mentioned by Sumit as well, and the third constituency, Rewari, where we see Chiranjeev Rao, whose father has a strong role in getting votes for himself in the past and being a 6-time MLA. Will that impact his son's election process as well?
Yes, Chiranjeev Rao stands a very fair chance, but so far Gurugram is concerned, I have learnt it that one boy is independent, he is making a mark, Naveen, and probably he will make difficult for the BJP candidate to win. And so far Ajay Chautala is concerned, I don't know about that constituency.
Okay, all right. Same question to you, Gautam. Sirsa, Abhay Chautala, a big name, comes from an established family of political bigwigs. Alinabad, Sirsa, who do you think is going to win? Is he going to be able to retain his seat? Rewari is Chiranjeev Rao, again a big name, political legacy to support him. How does it work out?
Well, I think Chautala is in a better place compared to Rao. The main reason is I think he's going to spend a lot more money. And that, I think, will influence the win.
Okay. All right. Again, Gautam, let's also speak about these key issues that have been reverberating with the campaigning that had been taking place in full stead by the political parties. And the 3 issues that came to fore and has also been spoken at length by the people, by the voters, is number 1 about the wrestlers' protest, number 2 about the Jat community and the farmers and the MSP that the Congress continues to promise if they were to come to power. And third of all, about the Agniveer scheme and the joblessness, the situation that has deteriorated in Haryana. Do you think these factors are going to play a massive role in the way Haryana votes?
Well, I think they could, but I think the main contention of all parts of Haryana is going to be employment and the lack of it, which is very troubling. There are a lot of youth wandering about with nothing to do in what is essentially a prosperous state. So on the one hand, there's a lot to buy, and on the other, people are unemployed and don't have any money. So this is a difficult situation which has not been addressed properly. And while the law and order situation is far, far better than, for example, the old UP, it is certainly something that you cannot ignore. And while caste factors and pulls and pressures may have their usual loyalties and so forth, I do think unemployment is the biggest issue.
Okay.
Meghaji, make a point?
Yes, Sumit. Again, the three big factors, according to you, that will sway the voters' decision one way or the other.
I think three factors are, first thing is there is problem of unemployment. Let us face it. I agree with Gautamji completely. You cannot say there is no. Second thing is, how well do you do the engineering of your constituencies, caste engineering? It was not so prevalent in Haryana. It has become prevalent in this election. Third and the utmost problem is, if you look at Congress and if you look at the traditional Jat parties, their track record of delivery is abysmal. Even at when BJP was there has been development, there has been progress, there has been law and order. There's one more notion which people don't know, but possibly will not know, is when you talk of Haryana being a prosperous state, if you look at the overall numbers, it will look like, and it is. But ma'am, 66% of the revenue of the Haryana comes from Gurugram only. So if you take Gurugram out of Haryana, बाकी जगह बाहर कुछ है नहीं. So
okay.
There vacuum is there which has to be filled. At the bigger level, you might say, okay, this many $1 billion, double than the GDP of Punjab. Haryana has double the GDP of Punjab. It's almost half the size. Population is small, but 66% of that money only comes from Gurugram. So if you go beyond Gurugram, that story of prosperity is not so widespread. That is what I would want to say.
Okay. Madan Mohan, quickly, a response from you. Which are the three factors on the basis of which people will vote?
My concern. Yes. I want to express my concern on unemployment scenario. More than unemployment is underemployment as well as temporary jobs. The people have been crying. I know thousands of teachers working in the university system, a victim of ad hocism, and they are not in favor of the government at the moment, and probably they will have to take a position practically to defeat this BJP government.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.